School of Rock, North Buffalo. Appreciate having you here. Jim Crean, Hair Nation, 22 years with the band, Buffalo Hall of Fame inductee, also playing with the Appease Brothers and the former Black Sabbath and Dio members. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think of the place?
Amazing. Did a great job, Joe. I mean, it's they didn't have something like this when I was a kid growing up. You know, we kind of learned the School of Hard Knocks playing bars, and it's nice that they have an outlet like this for the kids to learn the proper way, learn their instrument, and basically just beautiful facility.
Well, you're saying you didn't have this when you were a kid. What do you think that's going to make the change? What difference between what you had when you were a kid and a facility like this?
Well, I mean, when we were coming up, you know, it was more or less you learned your instrument, you took some lessons, and then you just started playing the bars and the clubs, and you worked your way through that avenue. Nowadays, kids have a lot easier way to get noticed as far as not having to grind their teeth in the bars. They get to have outlets like this where their music's showcased right off the bat with between American Idol and things like that. And now we have this right here in Buffalo, which is great. You were telling me how you're gonna have concerts every year with the kids.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. They can get their bands going here and then showcase what they did at some of the best venues in Buffalo.
Now, when the kids are in our teams, they'll be actually swapping from song to song, so they may swap with different members of different groups. You playing with different bands, how would you see that as an advantage?
It's great. I mean, you get to try different sounds and different styles with different musicians. You know, and that's another thing. When we were starting off as young kids, you formed your band to work together as that band, and no one really played with other bands. It just stayed with that band. As time grew, everybody seems to want to work together with different people. And now it's, you know, not uncommon to be in 4 or 5 different projects. But back when I was younger, you formed your band and you kind of stayed with that band, with good or bad, you know. So it's kind of cool that kids are going to learn how to work with other musicians. And
do you have anything that you think in here that would have given you an upper advantage if you were that age, ages 8 to 18?
We have a recording studio you built.
Yes.
So that's huge. You know, when you're younger like that, you can't afford to make demos and make recordings. So you do them on a little tape cassette.
Yep.
This is going to have a professional recording studio. So
yes.
Once the kids get good, they can go record their music.
Also, if there's any children that actually make their songs, it is held in a database by School of Rock. So artists such as yourself looking for new music can actually look into those that database. And there have been now 4 artists that have actually picked songs out of the database and are on the radio today.
Great.
And the royalties go back to the child, not School of Rock.
Great.
So, you know, this is another venue for children to expand upon their a gift of making music or, you know, writing lyrics.
I love it. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Where was this place when we were growing up, right?
You know, Joe and I talked about that. You know, when I was a kid growing up, I started playing music at 13 years old, and you had to play bars at smoky bars, and they didn't have anything like this when I was a kid.
Right, what, 20 some years in Hair Nation, right?
22 years with Hair Nation,
22 years.
40 some years in the business. And they didn't have anything like this. This is a great experience for kids, so I think you guys are doing it right.
What do you think about the programs and stuff? I know Joe talked to you about the programs. You've seen the facility. Do you think this is the best way to prepare someone to perform live? That's my assumption of it anyways. What do you think?
For sure. I mean, all the steps are there. You're learning the instrument. You're learning how to play live, because that's real important. You're learning how to record in a recording studio. See, these are all things that you learn when I was growing up.
Right, and it had to be the scariest first thing, right? Playing live, right?
Well, and recording.
Yeah.
You know, because you didn't know what to expect when you went in there, especially as a singer, you didn't know what your voice would sound like on tape.
Right.
And so it was quite intimidating back then when you were a kid. So this is going to groom all younger musicians on how to do that, so that by the time they're 17, 18, 19 years old, it's going to all come natural for them.
Shows you guys got coming up. You got Hair Nation stuff coming up, other shows. I know you got Scream Taker. What's on the calendar?
I got, we're going to be going out with, Hair Nation's going to be going out with Talkin to do some shows. I have, locally, here are the musicians of Buffalo. Every year we do this Christmas event, which is amazing. Billy Sheehan, Jesse Galante, and Bobby LaBelle.
Yeah, I was there last year. It was a great show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then on Thanksgiving Eve, I'm playing a show with Dave Constantino Band from who's in Tallis.
Yeah, another Buffalo Music Hall of Famer, Dave Constantino.
Amazing, amazing band. And then Scream Taker, we're doing the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame in January. We're debuting the band that way, and doing a couple weeks in South America over the summer.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Well, maybe we have some future Buffalo Music Hall of Famers here. I think this is a great facility. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for taking the time, taking a look around. I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot of stuff going on. And thank you folks out there for checking this out and tuning in, keeping the torch alive and talking about rock. Come out and check out School of Rock, North Buffalo.